Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, today I have got the Mavic Air 2, and one of the big things that they did with the Mavic Air 2 was add HDR video. It is about 8:45 p.m. here in Idaho, so it's just about, the sun is about to go down. So I want to take this guy up and we're going to shoot some video without HDR, and then we are going to engage HDR and look at the difference in the video. Hopefully we can get some decent shots here, but there's only one way to find out. Let's get this baby in the air. Okay, the drone just told me that the home point was updated. Let's look at our pre-flight check is normal. I'm going to format the SD card just for the fun of it. Okay, so we're good, and our return home is at 60 meters. That's right where I set it at. So let's go ahead and take a look at our video settings here. We are not in HDR, we're in 4K, 30 frames per second. So that's right where we want to be. I'm going to start video now. We'll take off, and of course, obviously our first bit will be in normal mode without HDR. So let's go ahead and do a takeoff on the app, and I'll get out of the way so you can see it. In DJI fashion, they like you to go up about 20 feet or so to let the drone take a look at its landing area. So we'll do that. So the first thing you'll notice is the long shadows, and we are pointed directly away from the sunlight right now. So I think we're good. Let's get up in the air. We're going to punch straight up and straight forward. Okay, so let me get down to that rule of thirds, and we will yaw around the other direction here, and you'll see what I mean about facing the sun. So I start to see the zebra stripes on FPV there, and there is the sun right there. So yeah. I'm telling you, it looks pretty good on FPV here. I'm anxious to try it out with HDR. So let's move forward. We don't need to go at a high speed, but just a decent speed here. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the FPV feed, and of course, it's one thing about DJI. Even on automatic settings, it chooses real well. I see just a little bit of sun flare there on the screen, which is what you would expect. We're going to go right out to this corner, but the only part that you see that's really blown out is the sun itself. Okay, so now we're going to yaw around, and I'm going to take you to another spot that I fly at often. It's a video picture that I show you often, that I like it because it shows things near, things far, and the sky. So we're going to go right over the top of Discovery School there in the distance. So I'm going to get with the program here. Full stick forward. We are in normal mode. So looks like we're at about 11 meters per second. That's about what, 22, 23 miles an hour. And we're going to go right over the top of the school, and then we're going to turn. We're going to yaw around towards the Boise front. And like I said, you guys have seen this. Anybody that watches very many of my videos, you've seen this view before. And we will do the same thing. We'll do the same view when we get it into HDR. So that's the Boise front off in the distance there, so you can see the mountains and you can see the stuff closer in, you know, a little bit of green, some colors and so forth, so you can get an idea of how that looks. Now I got one more thing that I want to try here, and let's reverse, and I've got I want to our favorite cell phone tower here, over here. I want to see if I can get down to the right height and get the sun behind it. So we're going to need to, whoops, sorry about that, that was awful quick. Yeah, I need to be in tripod mode to do this. So let's drop some altitude and let's see if we can circle here. There we go. So we'll see how that looks. Okay, so I'm going to come back over and we're going to switch into HDR mode. I'm going to come back to where I'm at here. And then we'll turn the drone around and we'll do this whole thing over again. Back into normal mode. I was in tripod mode there. Okay, sorry for that fast yaw, but let's drop a little altitude. And so I'm going to stop recording here. Go click on that film strip, click on HDR, and I'm still in 40K, or excuse me, 4K, 30 frames per second. Let's start recording. And let's see if let's do essentially the same thing. So full stick forward, and we're going to gain some altitude here. Actually, I don't think I went that fast the first time around. That's a little bit higher than we were. I think we were about 37 meters before. And let me yaw around towards the sun, and we're going to go straight into the sun again. And there again, you know, the only thing I see that's kind of blown out, and I'm going to get back to that rule of thirds. And let's, we're not going to go real fast, but let's go forward. I think we were going about 3.5 meters per second last time. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to tell just on FPV here, but again, you know, I see a little bit of sun flare. But it looks good. I mean, DJI does such a good job with even an automatic and just choosing the right settings for video, the right ISO, the right frame rate. That's me adjusting the heading here with a little bit of a bank. Perfect. So I'm anxious to see how that's going to look. Okay, we're going to do exactly what we did with the when we had it not in HDR. So we're going to yaw around here, and we're going to head over the top of Discovery School and kind of get that same view of the Boise front. So you can kind of see the same thing. And this is kind of interesting too, because you've got a lot of shadows here. So let's see how that HDR fills in those shadows. As Philly Drone Life would say, the dynamic range. Shout out to Mikey over at Philly Drone Life. If you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, do it. One of the most entertaining live shows on YouTube. Okay, so this is kind of that same shot of the Boise front. I lowered the gimbal just a tad. So I'll let you take a look at that, and look at the shadows. You can see the mountains off in the distance, and hopefully we can compare how that looks in HDR as opposed to just regular mode. So let's yaw around here again, and let's I think I reversed last time, but we're going to do a yaw around here, and we're going to get to that cell phone tower again and see if I can recreate that shot that I did in non-HDR mode. So this is a little different view than you saw last time because I think I reversed it before. So there's the cell phone tower. We want to aim for right about there, and we'll drop some altitude because we know we're going to need to. Okay. Let me turn it around to face the drone. I wasn't facing it there, guys. So let's see if I can do a circle and keep the, and this is in normal mode. I think last time I did it in tripod mode, so. Yeah, I'm a little bit too high, aren't I? So we'll try that again. A little quicker that time. Okay, I'm going to throw it into tripod mode. We're going to drop some altitude. And pick up the gimbal just a little. And let's try that again. We'll get centered on it here. Wow, sorry about that, guys. There we go. So we'll see how it handles that. Let me see if I can reverse that and try it again. I'm trying to get the cell phone tower, the head of the cell phone tower right in front of the sun. There, that's pretty good. Okay, let's get some altitude here. I'm going to flip her back into normal mode. We have about 58% battery left, so no point in wasting that. Let's just fly around here. So there again, we're right into the sun. Dropping the gimbal down just a little bit. A little bit of sun flare. That would be expected, I would think, this time of day. See if I can take you on the grand tour here. I see the battery quit on the Canon camera, so we're going to have to rely on the audio and the video off of the drone, which is okay. And I can see the drone up there. Boy, this is probably the best handling drone. I hate to say it, but I think this might even be easier to fly than my Mavic 2. My Mavic 2 Zoom. Okay, let's bring it in here, guys. And let's do a quick droney. Okay, this is usually what we do at the start of these videos, but we're going to do this one at the end. So reverse and up now. And again, this is in HDR, so this will show some of that sunlight, etc. We'll see how that looks. Boy, what a phenomenal piece of equipment. Okay, let's bring it back in, and we'll do our conclusion. We'll use the drone camera. And I'll just leave this footage in here for you guys to take a look at. Let's wait. This Jeep is just about to get out of the way here, so. Okay, I'm gonna have to back it off enough so that we don't get the, well, let me go in and turn off obstacle avoidance here. Obstacle detection. We're going to turn that off. You know, the thing is, and other people have mentioned this, it's still beeping. So there was no point in turning that off because you still get the beep. So I'm just going to go in and turn it back on because we're going to get the beep no matter what. Okay, well, we'll just do our conclusion from a distance. So obviously, I should have put another battery in the Canon camera. I knew I'd used it for a while, but anyway, so we took the drone up. We tried it first without HDR, and then we went backwards and then into the sun, away from the sun first, and then into the sun, and that'll really tell us. And then we went over the school, looked at the Boise front, did my best to get the cell phone tower between the sun and to see how that looks. And then we put the drone into HDR video, and it's still in HDR video. And we did the same thing and then did another fly around. You guys will have seen the video already. I haven't, so I'm anxious to take a look at it. But in any case, hopefully we'll see a big difference, and I'm quite sure we will because I've talked to other people that say that it's really dramatic. So I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Let's do a quick precision landing. I'm going to back it off, send it out, and we're going to hit return to home, and let's see if it'll find the pad. So that'll be the end of the video. Return to home now.
Go home.
And it's going to go up to 60 meters, and then we'll see if it finds the pad here. And of course, without the Canon camera taking any pictures, how you'll know is you'll see it on. You'll see orange. Excuse me, trying to talk here. You'll see orange from the camera on the drone.
Landing.
Honey, can you use your phone and take a video of the drone landing?
Yeah.
So I just talked to my significant other. She is going to get out her iPhone 10 and she's going to see if she can get some video for us. And you're going to have to be quick, sweetie. She's trying. It's coming down. Should we drop the gimbal down so we can see how accurate it is? Probably should, huh? And this is probably, wow, it looks pretty damn close. Look at that. And of course, this is a low light situation. I see Sarah's got her camera up, so she's got some video. So we'll have some video. It's going to hit it right on the nose. It's got it. Look at that. And it says unsuitable for landing, although it's right on. So I'm going to pull the stick straight down, put it in landing mode. And there we are, and it's right in the middle of the H. Now, why it didn't like that spot, I have no idea. But anyway, hey, thanks everybody. Thanks for watching.